Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? I am Zainab Nasir, journalist at Fair Gaze Media. Fair Gaze is an engagement ecosystem in the school community. And today we are so delighted to have Mrs. Shalu Gill, principal of Dare School, which is a school that deals with children with special needs. So first of all, thank you so much, ma'am. I welcome you.
Thank you. Same here.
Ma'am, we want to know more about you. So if you could just tell us about your journey and especially something more about your school, like how different and how difficult it is.
Actually, they are the motivation behind all this. When you see them, they are with different disabilities, and it is not easy for us also to navigate them because there are not very much opportunities. So these are the children whom you learn a lot while teaching. We educate them here and we rehabilitate them, and then by the end, when they are getting rehabilitated, you see them earning, make them economically powered, and then they look after their families. But when they are born, families think that they are a burden on them, right? And sort of that love and affection they don't get, because the parents think, why we have all this. So once they are economically powered, they now, when we see them, they look after their families, and they earn, and so this is really motivating. This is really satisfactory. By the end of the day,
a lot of us have a lot of things and attitude changes towards such kind of children. What is something we can learn to be a little more sensitive in life?
Mostly affection works with them, okay? With these children, patience works with them, affection works with them. Other than that, if we think that we can just scold them, all that doesn't work. They are very sensitive somewhere or the other. So I feel we also learn a lot of things from them, and we learn to be patient, learn to be keep your cool, and that's how it works. That's how it works with them.
Right.
But they're very loving, they're very affectionate, and our teachers over here, they are specially educated. The staff, all the teachers we have, they are all RCI. RCI is Rehabilitation Council of India, so they are all certified. Okay, so each teacher is specifically, they have learned according to their disability. Somebody is specialized in autism, somebody is specialized in hearing impaired, so that's how the dealings are. So she exactly knows what is the mood of the child, and today he's in a mood.
Sometimes they must be more close to the teacher, maybe they must be telling them stories and things that probably the parents might not.
They actually open up their heart to them. Their teachers exactly knows their likings, their dislikings, their moods, their food habits, what they like. So many times I will ask them why they have not eaten this, because then they will say, no, he doesn't like this, so and so that, that's why they have not. So they exactly, they know child likes, how he is behaving, why he is behaving, that maybe there is something has happened.
Talking about all these things, ma'am, what are the challenges you have to face? Because like you mentioned, there is no set pattern ki this is going to work for all children. It might change from person to person. So what are the challenges, especially in the pandemic, that you have to face, because since you're dealing with special children?
Suppose online teaching is now happening, so but all our children, we are not able to to teach them online. Some of them are good, some of them they know to operate this technology. They are well off with their some children, but not all of them. And so that is one thing. Online teaching is a little difficult with them. But then also what we are doing is we call them to a common place. Suppose this place has 4 children, this particular place has 4 children, so teacher will go there, call them, give them the homework, check the homework, or so that some things, home visits we have been doing during this pandemic, because they are also in a parents go for work for some children, right? So they are also sitting at home with their elders or something. So teachers have been going home, talking to them, giving them some work. But then In the meantime, I am happy that at least we are getting in touch with them. We are able to reach to them, and online competition, they have been participating. They have been sending their paintings, and we have been solo dance. They have been sending their videos. That's really good. Earlier, because when they are coming to school, then all these things are not happening. We just make them dance, and for the competitions, they personally go there.
Right.
Any competition, personally go there and perform in front of the audience. Here, they need to learn how to do the recording, how to send it.
Ma'am, you mentioned in a way they kind of use art as an expression, to learn
Yes.
also, and also express themselves. How
Yes.
important do you think, talking more about it and having more such events for them?
It is really helpful, because one, they come out with good ideas. Sometimes we tell them do this, but they come out like they will do something else. Choosing the right painting, or choosing the right this thing, sometime, or we give them the option. So that's really helping them. That's really helping. So that's what I'm saying. There are maybe for other children there are disadvantage or advantages of both online teaching. So also it is good, because now they have learned that. They have learned to use the gadgets.
Actually, with that, we've come to an end of this interview, but I wanted some words of encouragement from your end for all the students out there, and especially for all the people, to do something from this. So if you could just tell us some words of encouragement from your end.
Yeah, the main thing which they are facing is not that acceptance from the society. That's very important. So unless and until people in the society accept, and people in the society would realize that we need to help them. Friendly environment, what is important for them? Very, very friendly, loving, caring, and they can really do well in the society. They don't need your mercy, right? Basically, we need to empower them. We need to feel also
that they are equal. Yes.
Right. So India, maybe things are not friendly. Especially children friendly. Like the airport should have the ramp, the trains should have the ramp. All those things, so that it's very difficult because they can't go on their own. All that is very important. People should start and helping them and motivating them and helping them. It is very important.
So ma'am, yes, we have come to an end of the interview, but firstly I would like to congratulate you, your entire team, and everybody out there, who's helping all these children. You all are doing a fabulous job, ma'am, and it was so wonderful talking to you. Lovely interview, ma'am. Thank you so much.